In the 16th century, a man called Nyakango conquered a narrow strip of territory along the Nile. According to local history, he united the various groups living there into one people, and they became known as the Shilluk. Today, although their territory is part of the modern Sudan, the dynasty founded by Nyakango still rules from the royal capital, Boshoda. Protocol sets the royal capital apart from other villages. Nobody can keep chickens here. Women may not give birth. Visitors should take off their shoes and lay down their spears. And there's even a special court language for speaking with the Reth, or king. Every morning, people arrive in Boshoda to seek an audience with the Reth. Etiquette requires them to bring a gift, money or a cow, for example. They arrive early and must be prepared to wait under the watchful gaze of the Reth's bodyguard. This man, Ayang will be the 33rd Reth. The previous Reth died 8 months ago, and Ayang has been chosen by the senior chiefs to be his successor. But he has not yet been installed. The spirit of Nyakango must first take possession of him. Ayang must become the embodiment of the founder of the Shilluk. Traditional Shilluk see the Reth as a person around whom their lives revolve. It's the divine presence of Nyakango in the Reth which is supposed to give them their purpose for living. And they still trace their roots by reference to the social order established by Nyakango. When a Reth dies, the country enters a period of instability and uncertainty. At the death of a king, the spirit of Nyakango disappears into the Nile, and the Shilluk say the world is lost. And the world is not fully regained for them until the spirit of Nyakango has come to shore in the person of the new Reth. Some months after the death of the previous king, the priests of this village in the north fetch Nyakango from the Nile. They then remake this image of him and also one of his tall warrior son, Dak. The priests will parade the effigies, made of bamboo and ostrich feathers, through the villages of the northern Shilluk, retracing the movements of Nikang and Dak in their conquest of the north of the country. Finally, they'll reach the center. Nikang will capture the Reth elect and install him as his representative. But the effigies and the priests cannot begin their journey until all the other preparations are ready. For example, ivory, silver, beads, spears and skins have to be collected for the Reth elect, each by the particular village made responsible for the task by Nyakango. Tomorrow, these men in the southernmost district of the country will go to hunt the antelopes whose skins will adorn the king and other officials on the final day of his installation.
ina ya gida wel nyang dog wel nyang ke bur wa de tiang dil man obi tung ki una bi jara jai lai tung da ba kwa kala ki kani ya kala lalo ulai gengun ke bakanga ko bai ke mual pau nam ke sa abir yonus
The chief who has called the young men for the hunt has also arranged a dance. This island in the middle of the Nile is a sanctuary for the very rare Yek antelopes. When Yikangu stopped here on his journey of conquest, he thought them animals of the greatest beauty, and they've been reserved for royalty ever since. Shilluk commoners are forbidden to hunt them, except these particular villages, before the installation of a new ref. They did eventually succeed in spearing the required number of antelopes. And the chief of the area will take the skins to Poshoda, where they will be kept along with the other precious objects ready for the installation. The Reth-elect waits in the royal capital for the different villagers to fulfill their ritual obligations, meanwhile attending to their disputes.
calling him out in what I was job, but you move out here. I wear a job, I job on your damn. If you are going. I wear a white yellow man idea and I know down. I think I do. I've been on Padana. Where are you? Oh, you're there. We are one family. Ngõ đâu qua tiền nó mua. Bây chúng ta ngõ đâu đi lên mua đi. Đang ngõ như ta lấy qua tiền cái mà ngã nó trứng đàn đây chấm mua cái này. Bây qua tiền là như mua chứ. Đang ngồi cái giàu cái mua. Ô anh nó bận mua cái gì thì là khôi ao quẹt cái giàu phải được. Giàu quẹt có bao cái. Kuning cái. Ô lâu chắc là bận nhiều quá kuning cái đó cái nhau không bên. À để bên nào? Đây giang cái nào cũng ta cái gì cái gì. Giang cái. Cái gì? Kau kau kalau miri, ya kau kalau miri ya ban. Dia nuna miri pun lagi. Bola. Yang leh. Hai gua mau tiang kian.
The installation starts when the effigies of Nikango and Dak begin their 10-day journey towards Pasholu. Dak, the tall warrior son, paves the way, while Nikang follows. Just as, according to Shilluk history, Dak led the military raids, while Nikango organized the people into one political unit. Wherever they pass, the people flock to pay homage to the founders of their nation. In every village, a shrine is prepared to receive them. While Nikang rests inside, Dak comes out to dance and cleanse those who ask for blessing. The people sing the praises of Nikang and Dak in songs which record their exploits. The journey is a time of spiritual renewal, part of the regeneration of the whole nation that is the essence of the installation. No one should stare at Dak or let him come too close to them. The priests with their hippo whips clear a path for him. The installation of the new Reth will reaffirm the social order and the political identity of the Shilluk, a nation made up of competing localities. The people feel disorder threatens them until Nikango has possessed the king to be. So, men must not carry spears, only stalks from the maize fields. And then they are safe to boast of the military might of their own villages and to issue challenges to others. Every Shilluk is a soldier of Nikang, and all the villagers mount a guard of honor for the effigies as they escort them through their locality. Like the crusading soldiers in medieval Europe, the Shilluk saw an intimate connection between military prowess against outsiders and spiritual strength. Historically, they extended their territory by military raids against neighboring tribes. More recently, in the 19th century, they had to defend themselves against slave traders. Today there's peace, but the conflicts of the past have not been forgotten. The journey takes the form of a pilgrimage, retracing the movements of Nikanda. The priest must stop wherever he stopped, even if it's only to commemorate a tree under which he shaded himself from the heat of the day. Any pause creates an opportunity for the elders to challenge a rival village.
Aja tu me da joy. Tim do man. Jau tu onu ya ga tare chang. Wa chu ya diri ya ma gwa ra ma ta. Tapi kan ni brand ya, kalau ke kalau sini. Bukan kira kalau kira. Phone. Phone. Aja kan jadi kira sini. Nyala bukan nyala. Dah kira bakal dua kan. Kira dua kan pada. Kira cengkon. Dah cana kah tu? Dah cana. Kau kira cengkon. Aku ini jemput. Chiều này bằng nghề, bữa nay chiều này 우리 여러 번 내는 그래. 왜냐면 엄마. 잘하고 말라고. Agolla awaja dalle kidmana kan kaga rijo no tin ko bonya doge kal bonya ga pawa akko ken kama yang ta da ala bikyan ayanga bainde ko ga danu kiriya ganyi o ko de wal page ma pa no ko ringa ya yo ko du ngo ko le ngan ki ko de wa ti u ka le yo ma pa do bonya ti ra ko wo kan ko wa cha do kan dong ya la bikyal pa mo nya Abanyan, bakin udungu ya bengan kali. Ya kor kalboy. Ala, bapa kinu nyutanu ya bulunya ki. Ya bakada, chala pia. Chala pia, wase bakada kalboy.
In the old days, the Reth led the Shilluk in war and was the final arbiter of their disputes. Today, his role as chief judge has been formalized by the Sudanese government into that of second-class magistrate. But perhaps his most important function was to serve as a focus of political loyalty and national identity. And that he continues to be today. Near the end of their 80-mile journey towards Bushald. One of the last villages they honor is the village where the late Reth is buried. His widows pay homage to Nikangu by singing the funeral lament which praises their late husband. After a 10-day journey, the effigies of Nikang and Dak approach the royal capital. They will halt at Adod, a village 3 miles to the north of Pushoda. Here they will prepare for their capture of the Reth elect. On his part, the Reth elect shows his fear of Nikangu by retreating under cover of night to Debala, a village 3 miles to the south of Pushoda. At this stage, people from the north, by tradition, gather to support Nikangu, and people from the south to support the Reth elect. After 3 days, the two will meet in a mock battle, which is the dramatic climax of the installation. Just before his flight to Debalo, Ayang changed his Shilluk bodyguard for a bodyguard of government police. He decided that in the modern world, he needed more than spears to protect him. Traditionally, the Reth elect's stay in Debalo is considered a time of particular danger to him. 3 families hold the kingship in turn, and the 33rd Reth can only come from Ayang own family. One of his brothers would automatically replace him should he be killed or even slightly wounded before his acceptance by Nikang. There was a rumor that one of them was planning to kill him. It was also said that Ayang wanted to look like a modern leader. On the Reth elect's first evening in Debala, the chiefs of the southern Shilluk gather to greet him formally. But things were beginning to go wrong, perhaps because people were afraid of the government police. They were not Shilluk, and were naturally enough unaware of Shilluk custom. After the greetings to the wreath, a man from a particular clan should spear the bull, but there was nobody from the clan present. Eventually, a Land Rover was sent to fetch the missing man, and the bull was killed. But things went from bad to worse. That night, the chiefs did not sleep in Dabalo as custom requires they should. It was alleged that the government police chased them away. Eventually, Kwanyureth Bol, the most knowledgeable of all the chiefs and the master of ceremonies, arrived from Pushoda to sort things out.
Mana ko ya cin ke ban ya cin ma ya cin wi bona ko me ko bon ya ke da bon a bon ya na ma tu ba mu sul ke mana yi ko ya ke da bon
ja bu bi
mana ko ku je bon ko ba me wuri jaga ja ko
ja bu bi ja bu bi ja ko ce ben da gin ti ma nya ja
ma wi ke bi jaga ja le ke yi ko ko mana wa ko je ya ke da bon
dina ke jaga ja ta ko ya ko be ke no ben ma ko gin dong ja giao trò để có cái những người như có tuôn trọ có bên nó có thì giao nó đã qua mà cả ở cái cả đi gini nó sao có mà yêu thì cái phải chối mà ra đường mà phải cả để cô phải đi cả đi mấy cái gồ gần mà nó coi là của cá liền ông cái lưng á cái lỗ quê ní gì về cái này gì phản quê đó cái cả chẳng uri gì phải quê này cái này về cái bên này
chơi
تعال يا حمزة
أمره
تعال
đây
Đúng.
Eventually, the chiefs managed to organize the necessary preparations, and on the fourth morning of his stay in Dabalo, the Reth-elect's supporters from the southern Shilluk began to congregate.
Ông bạn nó gì cái gì? Ông bạn. Hả? Trong này nó có một cái kia đấy chẳng.
Everything was ready for the Reth's departure, except for a few details of protocol which had to be settled by the senior chiefs. The Reth must step over a goat on leaving his temporary home, and the man whose duty it is to hold the goat seems hesitant. Perhaps he hasn't been given the right present. And on leaving Dabala, the Reth-elect has to step over a bull. It's important that it's facing in the right direction.
أنا ما بسمح لك أخش. أنا ما بسمح واحد يخش. ما تكشف أبدا.
Meanwhile, Nyakanga and his supporters have left their temporary resting place 3 miles to the north of Poshoda and are marching towards the Reth-elect. Gradually, the gap between the two closes. The supporters of the Reth-elect will halt at a dry riverbed believed to mark the very center of Shilluk country, just outside Poshoda. Its name means unity of the people. Nyakang's army is already drawn up on the other side. Chickens are considered troublesome creatures, and one is held up, perhaps to remind Ayang of all the troublesome people he will have to tolerate. An advance party of Nyakang's army gives the Reth-elect a cow to step over as he crosses the dry riverbed. Finally, a messenger runs back and forth between the Reth-elect and Nyakang, carrying messages of scorn between the two. Nyakang taunts the Reth-elect by saying that he's angry and will never permit him to enter Poshoda. The Reth-elect replies that not even Nyakang can frighten him. When the ritual abuse is over, the mock battle can begin. The two armies edge closer to each other, and Nyakanga and Dak begin their final advance towards the Reth-elect. Dak captures the Reth-elect and hands him over to Nyakanga. At the same moment, the two armies begin to hurl their stalks of maize at each other. The battle is a ritual drama whose outcome is predetermined. It involves the whole population in a mock conflict which reinforces the theme of the ceremony, the unity of the Shilluk nation. Reths are honoured not primarily because of their own qualities, but because of the office they hold in direct line from Nyakanga. The followers of Nyakanga always defeat the followers of the Reth. The office is more powerful than the man. Nyakanga leads the Reth off to his shrine in Pashoda. Here, screened from the gaze of the people, the Reth will be possessed by Nyakanga, whose spirit will enter into him. The effigy returns to the shrine. Water is poured over the new Reth, perhaps in the hope that the rains will be plentiful during his rule. The spiritual climax over, the political finale remains. The Reth spends 2 nights in these 4 houses. He is bathed and shaved, and then dressed up in the silver bracelets, ivory armbands, and antelope skins. On the final day, the chiefs and the senior elders gather beneath the mound. Each chief rises in turn to advise the rest. This is the last time that they can speak their minds to him. The chief of Nagyar.
Anan tianga bi bero nyina nan ga jurong adu wora wor kenya donga bi ka wa ke ma ni dong ne yor ki moy do di mi nyara guot donga bi ka wa ka ben den ne ben ne ka o ni di chang a ma o ni do ko ba nen di ka do me di ba ran me ka pa nya kwa ka ni do ka yang pa ka ba me a kwa na me ching tar bu ni na nywa le de ka lo yu cha ka mang la no kwai do cha ma no đây cái đồ hôi, quá cái, đây à, dòng mò cái nút mò cái thứ thuộc mò như bên là mình, nè nó cái đó cái kia,
The chief of Nun.
Chắc cái bia, đi vào yang men, đây men, đi đến đâu vậy? Hay đi quay đến lan, để phi nào begin, bang ur, nè này, bang ur lan, nè này, để phi nan, buaya na bu alo je budi karan, makasih kan, kau ini cek, otenin, kayak này bang, ulu ni tentu này bang itu. Mấy cái chuyện chắc cái nhang, ôi chú mà cái boy mình, nhang với một cái deal bên, lấy cái gì mà cái dur mà cái, cho nên là cái này, cái đó này, cái cô boy, à tao, ai bây giờ cái này, đã nó cái nhang, như thôi, đã cái nào cũng
The last two to speak are the chief of the extreme north and the chief of the extreme south. In the old days, they were the protectors of the country's frontiers. The chief of Momo.
Da gini ma kopi bukan. Gini nga nyitiok. Gini penyawan awan, lu je ka anan. Lu da ben ka idi ken tap. Begini ma doy. Meg bawat. Meg right. Da lagi kobin. Bugi ci gina wana wan ni nga nyin. O wadu way du kanat. Ko ngat right. Ana ben bui dan. Đi chưa? Ô tô đi. Uyo ko jam da kwai. Kimi mira golla dai. Kimi na wayi jet. Kuni get. Ya be godi check. Check ka ba. Daga.
The chief of Tonga.
King Ayang. Ah, you know what? Do it. But I knew the thing. I check it. I can you go check. I buy check it. There are the low no check. You buy your coffee check. Then I get a coffee. Then I get you. Well, when I coffee, when was it? When I let it on, what when you could get? I got on with you to give one. Away. If I check a boy, when you come on, room, a very room, who fight? Who fight? But again, I'm not need to go with, I can go quite loud. My opinion, and I need to back again. Can you call me George? Yeah, better dear Cornia. Can you have a fun? And are you on your teeth? You are on your teeth. You couldn't, could look it. Ya come in, you couldn't. Dan, book on my leg. Dan, the two of me. I got two of them. I got two of them. Two of me. Ling mother could. Kai ling mother could. Kai ling mother could. Kapinki. But you're ferry. Not cool.
Finally, the wreath rises.